At 2:04 in the morning, the museum alarm went off, and I found an old woman sitting beneath an empty frame, holding the painting she had just stolen. I worked overnight security at the Ashford Museum. Most nights, I watched cameras, checked doors, and stopped cleaning crews from accidentally setting off motion sensors. But the woman in Gallery 6 had taken down Blue Orchard, the museum's most famous painting. It was credited to Arthur Bell, a celebrated artist who had been dead for 20 years. The woman had silver hair, paint under her nails, and an ochre coat soaked from the rain. When I told her to step away from the canvas, she looked up at me and said, "I did not steal it, I painted it." I thought she was confused. Then she touched the lower corner of the painting and said, "There is a green brushstroke beneath the varnish. Arthur hated it. I refused to paint over it." She was right. I had seen it during a restoration lecture. Her name was Evelyn Marquez. She told me she painted Blue Orchard when she was 27, back when Arthur was her husband, and her work was the only thing he said he believed in. He told the gallery they would listen to him first, she said. He promised he would correct it after the opening. He never did. Arthur became famous. Evelyn raised children, worked in a pharmacy, and stopped painting because every canvas reminded her of the name she had lost. The curator arrived in a tuxedo from a donor event and immediately called the police. Evelyn did not run. She opened her purse and handed me a faded photograph. It showed a young woman with dark braids sitting in front of an unfinished orchard painting. Her hands were covered in blue and green paint. The woman in the photo wore the same thin silver bracelet Evelyn still had on her wrist. I ran to the museum records room. Years earlier, the painting had been scanned before conservation. The image of the canvas back had been filed under damage notes. I found it. Under the old gallery backing paper, written in faded black ink, were 4 words. Evelyn Marquez, 1968. The curator stared at the screen for a long time. Then he removed the backing from the frame. Behind it was an envelope no one had opened. Arthur Bell had written one sentence before he died. "Evelyn painted this. I was too cowardly to say it while she could still hear me." The police never came inside. The museum closed Gallery 6 for 2 weeks. The plaque changed, the website changed. Every article that had called Arthur Bell a genius was corrected. But Evelyn did not take the painting home. She said, "It belongs where people can see it." A year later, the Ashford opened her first solo exhibition. Evelyn had painted 17 new orchards. The line wrapped around the block. Before the doors opened, she looked at Blue Orchard hanging under her real name and whispered, "You waited for me." Then she smiled. And for the first time in 56 years, the painting looked like it had come home.